clear that now, I mean, the kind of horror films you're exposed to, you're far more used to seeing gore and violence and parodies of horror as well. So I wonder if that creates some sort of distanciation of detachment.
Zombies work as a manifestation of cultural anxieties and fears of that particular cultural moment.
And I think the most contemporary zombie films, the viral condition becomes much more prominent.
It's about how a viral infection affects the whole world. So they could be read in terms of the bird flu, for example, swine flu, people walking along the streets like zombies. I'm not sure if I can, anticipate that happening.
Yeah, I believe anything can happen, actually. I tend to be more pessimist in that sense. But I also think I'm so pessimist that I always think that I'm gonna die. So that I won't be the one trying to survive, I'll be the one who'll die right away.
I don't know if anybody will be ready for it. I'm from a different generation, so you would have seen not just films, but probably comics, TV series. You play video games, which is something I didn't do when I was a teenager. So definitely when you're watching now a zombie film or playing a zombie video game, you have a much better knowledge and a much better sense of kind of how conventions work, the apocalypses, end of the world, whatever.
So, do you know what a zombie apocalypse is?
I am aware of the concept, yes.
I'm familiar with it.
Yes, I'm fully aware.
Yes.
Can you describe what you think it is, please?
Yes, when zombies take over the world or a city or something.
Yeah.
No, is that not it?
People raised from the grave and they try to infect normal people.
Well, I reckon it's like the end of the world when it's overtaken by zombies.
It's one of those things you blow it off. It's like, oh, it can never happen. But science makes things up. You don't really know what's gonna happen. So I don't know.
Yeah, I reckon something like that could happen.
Yeah.
They're like those weird, what do you call them? Fungus things that go for bugs' brains and control them and shit. That could go to humans.
Humans get infected by a disease that makes them go brain crazy and they want to eat you.
I feel like it's so realistic, as if it actually could happen. Because it's kind of based in science. Like the fact that everyone turned into zombies because of a drug that was released into the air or whatever.
I don't know, I think it's... People cannot, if they're dead, they're dead.
It's gonna happen.
There you go.
From watching films and TV shows, cities are never a good idea.
The normal plan would be like, oh, find somewhere nice in the countryside, hide from all other people on the earth.
I would probably try and get to campus. Probably go somewhere like Rutherford, where it's just like you have no idea where anything is.
I have thought of a plan, but it's just so shit because I feel like I would give up. I'd be like, okay, world's gone to zombies, exit.
Well, if it's the entire world, we're kind of screwed anyways. Just end my life probably. That's horrible, but if it's taking up the entire world, if it's not, if it's just a city, I would probably just try and escape somehow.
Avoid windows, get pretty high up. And there are like vending machines in Rutherford so I could eat stuff.
It all depends on how many people are infected and where it is as to the plan. I've got plans for different areas, different countries.
At first I would have to try and suss out the situation, get as much information as possible. Is this really the end of the world? Is there any kind of hope here? Is there a cure? First try and figure out all of that stuff.
Ooh, pack the food and get going. Get a boat and stay in it. Trick is to stock it and keep to the sea towns and villages of England and pillage them for food every now and then and head out to sea again.
So how'd you get to the sea?
Well,
A farm would be good because it's open, it usually have fences around it, and farmers are allowed to have guns. Shotgun, essentially. So they might have a shotgun, good times.
I definitely want to find my family first, if I'm not already with them. See if there's some way that either we could bunker down and wait until it's over, or if we had to move away.
Find a farm and then try and find a way to get a barrier so then zombies can't get in. Find some generators, find a water supply, create my own livestock.
Find a car, anyone who has a car, and then try and get out, but use kind of like a back road or something. Yeah, I might even need to steal a car. That might need to be a thing. And if I'm with friends, we will steal a car and get out. That seems like
So
the
say
best option.
a car that looks like it'd be good to use to get away from the city, and you and your friends stop the car and you realise that there's kids in the back with a mom driving the car. Do you still hijack it, or what do you do?
I figured I'd ask him for a search and maybe a bit of food, but yeah, I'd let him go probably.
You wouldn't try to steal it.
Oh yeah, that much use of surviving in a zombie apocalypse, you're gonna be acting just like a zombie.
Honestly, I wouldn't do anything that would put my family in danger. Because, I mean, who knows? They're probably thinking the same way that I'm thinking. I need to protect my family, I need to protect the people that I love. So they'd go to any lengths.
I probably wouldn't take the car. I couldn't be able to do that to a family.
If it's the only car around, yes.
You'd let the kids tell them to go out and then take the car for yourself.
Probably.
So how long do you think you would last in that situation?
Not long. I'm mentally very weak. I think I wouldn't last long at all.
So here we want you to pick 2 pieces of survival equipment, essentially. Okay, you can only pick 2 because you've got to imagine, say, that they're in different locations. You can only get to 2.
I don't know if I'd take water. I feel like... What stage in the apocalypse am I in right now?
This is right at the beginning.
Right at the
You've just
beginning.
got to grab stuff before you leave.
Okay.
And this is, like, I'm taking this to my hiding spot.
Yeah.
Okay.
I definitely didn't go for water because in England it rains a lot, so rainwater should be easy to collect.
I think I'd take this Swiss Army knife. Because it's got lots of little tools on it. So I feel like it's more than just one thing.
I don't know, I like the idea of the massive knife, to be honest. It's got options. Stabbing zombies, stabbing people, stabbing tins open that you need to open.
If I could run really fast with all that water, because it's like a 7-minute walk to campus.
Gun with 1 bullet, in case one of our friends gets bitten and need to take them out. Alcohol, not that big deal. Yeah, and we'll not worry about medkits. Either you get bitten, you die, or you're fine.
First aid kit,
Yeah?
always necessary.
Why is that?
Because if I get a cut or something, I'd need to bandage it up so it doesn't get infected. Oh, I need a weapon, but then I need food as well. Knife. Because if I have a knife, I can threaten other people for food.
Yeah, have to fight. Fight. Zombie apocalypse, you have to fight.
I was expecting that.
Okay.
I asked for a gun
Yeah,
and a big knife.
I know.
This isn't a big knife.
Oh, okay. That's a zombie, is it?
Yeah.
That's a really realistic zombie.
How would you go about killing that? That is a zombie.
My first thought is like, ugh, but then he'll just bite my arm. So maybe I'm like, keep this arm. I'm like, fencing. Go for the legs.
Let's get straight in the neck.
Yeah! Try and get rid of the head.
Oh shit! Yeah, don't mess.
In its head. And then it'd be dead.
We want to ask each person to do their best zombie impression.
Okay.
Sorry.
Are you ready to be afraid? I'm pretty good at this.
Maybe we'll do a zombie walk.
No, I'm done.
That was good.